I'm 16 right now, going to turn 17 the next week. And up to this point, I can't fully express how grateful I am, how supportive my family was towards me for everything I'm doing right now, how lucky I am being able to born in a happy and a safe family without any losses. I absolutely don't take those things as granted. I worked so damn hard for the past weeks for my YouTube channel. Not only that, my schoolwork or even my personal life as well. From fitness to mental health, all sort of that. And especially in the comment, I saw a bunch of people encouraging me to do the hard work, to not give up, and even appreciating my work. So once again, I'm thankful for everyone, for all the support you are giving me right now. And back to the topic, because I just wanted to say thank you. So thinking back, what led me up to this point, there's one particular period that I don't often tell people that much, and I will share to you today, which is the period of my childhood memory around the age of 4 until the age of 6. Not only me, scientists also agree that childhood memory, childhood life is what dictate what the person will be in the future. I'm not gonna link any scientist experiment, those kind of bullshit. You can go search it up yourself, because you yourself know how important it is. If you have a wonderful one, that person will live a happy and more grateful life. On the flip side, if they have a not good one, not so good one, a horrible one, it might actually cause a scar in their heart, trauma they might say, and you actually have to spend a lot of time to actually overcome that trauma as well. You have experienced those kind of trauma, haven't you? From getting scolded by your parents or even teacher, the things that we all thought is very normal since when we are a child. Think about it. At the age of 7 or even 9, we as a child suddenly get scolded, shouted so loud, yell at us from our caretaker. Imagine what we will think. We can't comprehend this situation so much, because in our mind they are our caretakers. Without them, we will be starved to death. We won't even have their emotional support. Although I haven't experienced what you are experiencing right now, but I hope you take this advice seriously and prevent your future child or even others to be at the same spot as I did 10 years ago. So long story short, me and my parents lived in Vietnam when I was about 4 years old, and during this period my parents suddenly had the decision to actually bring me back to Malaysia, which where I'm currently living right now, with my grandparents, while they and my younger brother, who younger than me a year, will stay in Vietnam. So we will be separated for around a year or so, but they will still come back regularly. I'll be separated with them, and this is a period where everything changed in my life. Imagine a 5-year-old kid living in their grandparents' house, having an iPad, and use the iPad until midnight. I'm talking like late midnight, 12 or even 1. 5-year-old kid doesn't have a proper sleep. I wake up sometimes at 7 or even worse, 4 in the morning. So basically I just only have 4 hours of sleep. My mental health was messed up already. And during that time, I have to take education from my grandfather to learn Chinese before entering kindergarten at the age of 5. So I learned Chinese and how to communicate with them for around 3 months, and then I went into kindergarten. And this is the period which I hated to talk with most of the people. So I went into kindergarten. The one particular moment that I remember is where everyone was dancing in the hall. It's like some sort of morning dance to really hype their spirit up, or just make the children, the toddlers there, to actually move, to be active. I was so scared. I'm there developing social anxiety. I hid under the table. Yes, I hid under the table in pitch black classroom. Everyone was putting their bag in the classroom to head to go dance. I just hid under the table, pitch black, shaking and just crying. But I won't cry out so loud so they can hear me. And after a while, the teacher start looking for me. Spent 20 or 30 minutes, I can't remember, to start searching for me. And a student suddenly saw me and pointed to the teacher, say, "Hey, Ivan's there." So the teacher start to grab me out or even convince me to come out. I just don't want to. screaming, shouting, just grab on to the table, doesn't want to let go. Thankfully, my parents heard the news and quickly went back to Malaysia and take my matters into their own hand. They start raising me themselves, and sooner or later I start overcome my social anxiety. I start liking to talk to people. And from that point on, every time you mention about me to my teacher, whether it's primary or even secondary, they're all thinking me as an energetic kid. Not like how I was during my kindergarten, when I was developing like a mild autism, maybe. You maybe relate to my story, but chances are, you who now watching, I think that you may be suffering or even experience a worse situation than I does. Because honestly, thinking back, the root of my problem is just the lack of love from my parents. But when they come back, they raised me on their own. Everything was fine from that point on. So what about you? I can't fully relate to your story because I don't experience those. But what I'm gonna tell you that it's okay. It's okay. I'm not talking to you just to relax you, just to comfort you. I know that you wanted to change. I know you wanted to get over your trauma, your experience. But you first have to believe in yourself. If you can't even believe you can overcome it, then nothing will. I put my trust on you. At least you do yourself the favor to believe in yourself as well. Be positive that you can overcome it, because trauma is not a thing that you should be taken lightly. I'm not a psychologist, nor a counselor. So if you have any problem, please go ask them for help. Or if you feel uncomfortable about it, don't worry. Go tell your situation to your parents, your siblings, or even your best friend that you can trust. Don't put everything into yourself. Don't be like me when I was 5. Kept all those emotions into myself, don't even tell anyone. And until one moment, it suddenly bursts out, which is that situation happened. Mental health is so important in this day because of social media, porn, politics, or even the COVID around us, the viruses. Those things are slowly creeping into our mental health. This is where we must assure that our mental health is at tip-top condition. You cannot let your mental health be destroyed, because mental health is like a brain to our body. You can't function well and effectively without a healthy mind. Although this is not a period that I'm proud of, but it certainly have structured me to how I am right now. So you have to watch the video if you're interested in it. Always remember, when pursuing big goals, to about time, because time will pass and do this.